Hello, how are you? Thank you so much for joining me on my live session today. Today I'm really excited. I'm talking about gut healing and acne. This is so critical, and I know so many of my patients are so anxiously watching this. I've been doing a lot of continuing education lately on healing the gut because, as you know, research is coming out like crazy, and the gut is so difficult to treat for some people. What all the rage is about lately, what all the research is about, is the microbiome. And the microbiome is the balance of pathogenic microbes, those are microbes that are not good for you, and microbes that are beneficial for you. When the balance of these two is off, there's more pathogenic than helpful microbes in your gut. This is called dysbiosis, and this is what causes your digestive system to get completely out of whack. Diarrhea, gas, bloating, you name it, not to mention acne. This is one of the biggest causes of acne, especially if you're experiencing deep, cystic, painful acne on your cheek area, acne that just will not go away. When that happens, you have to look at the gut and you have to heal the gut, which is easy for me to say, but it's not so easy when you're experiencing the situation. You're like, okay, great. So how do I heal my gut? I will do anything. Just tell me what to do. And this is where things get really interesting because everybody is so different. And it's really hard to do, and treatment protocols that work are just starting to come out. A lot of doctors will use a lot of antibiotics to treat SIBO, and a lot of times that makes it worse in the long run. So I'm looking for really solid strategies to help heal your gut and get rid of your acne for good. And I've just done some continuing education that really makes me very excited. It's from a naturopath out of Australia, and she's known as the SIBO doctor. And she's put together some diet protocols. And I want to explain how this works. So just checking my notes because I want to make sure I don't forget to share any of this amazing information with you. So if you are a person that goes on a diet, like a detox diet, and you find that eating vegetables or eating legumes just makes you bloat up like crazy, this is when you may want to consider following a low fermentation diet, low fermentable carbohydrates. And what the SIBO doctor has done is she's put together a two-phase diet. So it's a biphasic diet. The first phase, you eliminate most fermentable carbohydrates. And this is really important. She does this for 2 weeks without adding any microbials, any antimicrobials, any probiotics at all, which is really awesome. Just letting the gut get a chance to heal. And once the gut has healed, then the body isn't so overburdened with toxins, and your antimicrobial and probiotic protocol will work even better. I feel like this is getting way too complicated. I'm just kind of talking as it's coming to my head, but I want to make this really understandable for you. So if you experience a lot of gas, a lot of bloating, even with vegetables, you want to try a low fermentable carbohydrate diet. FODMAPs is a great start. Try FODMAPs. If that works for you, and you can Google FODMAPs really easily, stick to it for 2 weeks, and then you can start to add in the foods one by one to see if your tolerance has increased. If you're at the stage where you're able to tolerate a few of the foods, then you're ready to start antimicrobial therapy. And this is where we use a lot of amazing herbs and a lot of amazing probiotics to help heal your gut. And I really advise you stick with a practitioner, a naturopath who's studied this stuff, that will be able to help you through this transition. It's super important because you have to get rid of the pathogenic microbes. You have to starve them out. Then you have to get rid of them with antimicrobials, but then you also have to use probiotics to re-inoculate the gut. That's the only way to do it. Now, there is a situation where you get on the FODMAPs diet, you're eliminating a lot of fermentable carbohydrates, but you're still having massive reactions. And this may be you if you have bone broth, for instance, and you have a massive reaction to bone broth, or you're still feeling digestive upset, you're feeling red, your skin's itchy, you have headaches, you have insomnia, you have anxiety. In this case, you may be experiencing histamine intolerance. And this is where you have to take that phase 1 diet and eliminate any foods that contain histamine or are histamine liberators, which means they trigger a histamine reaction. Wow, I know this is a lot. And some of these foods include any foods that are fermented, like sauerkraut, for instance. If that causes a reaction for you, you may have to do this low histamine diet, including low fermentable carbohydrates. Wow, okay. I'm just talking about this and I can see how it may be really confusing as I'm like going through this. And I really apologize, but I want you to know this information so you can help yourself heal, because this is what you need to do, especially if you have the really serious cases of acne. So if FODMAPs is not working for you, you need to transition to a low fermentable carbohydrate diet with low histamines and no histamine liberators as well. So foods that are high in histamines, fermented foods, aged meats, tomatoes, spinach, eggplant, spicy foods, leftovers, those are out, along with histamine liberators, which are like eggs, pork, citrus, raspberries, nuts, and seeds. I had to write them down so I won't forget. So that phase 1 diet, if you suspect you're histamine intolerant, is really quite restricted. There's still meats, there's still vegetables. I mean, you can still do a very nutritious diet, but it is limited. This diet you have to be on for a full 2 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks even. And it's individual. Again, it depends on how you are reacting to the foods, how easily your symptoms are starting to calm down. Once your symptoms have completely calmed down, which is 2 to 4 weeks, you can start adding back in foods that are histamine liberators, because you will be able to tolerate more foods. If you have a very sensitive stomach, you're not able to tolerate anything at all, that is because there's an underlying dysbiosis, and that has damaged your gut lining, which has damaged an enzyme that removes histamine from the body, and it also has increased the amount of bacteria that actually produce histamine. So it's a very, very vicious cycle, and we just need to remove all the aggravating foods, let the gut lining heal for a few weeks, and then start on probiotics and antimicrobials. For histamine, people that are sensitive to histamines, there's very specific probiotics that need to be used. B. infantis, L. plantarum. I know I didn't say that right. Plantarum. L. plantarum you want to use, and L. rhamnosus GG. Those are the probiotics you want to use if you're histamine intolerant. That's where the research is right now. Saccharomyces boulardii as well is one that you may want to investigate. And in terms of antimicrobial, the research is all behind berberine and oregano oil. There's tons of research there. Those are very broad spectrum, very powerful, especially the oregano oil. But you want to have it in an enteric capsulated form, so it's able to get into the small intestine, so it can get rid of the excess bacteria that has colonized there and that's causing all these symptoms to your gut. Everything is the gut. Healing is all about the gut. So this is a very advanced protocol. This is the protocol that you use if your gut is completely injured. And there's a lot of us out there that this happens to, and you're just not able to tolerate many foods at all, and you don't know what to do. You honestly feel stuck. It's a very frustrating feeling. It's, you just feel stuck. And this is the protocol that has been developed that's working. These amazing doctors in Australia have put a lot of time and effort into it. So I'm really excited to share it with you. And I'm also excited to incorporate it into my 7-week Clear Skin program, because I think this is going to help a lot of people that just don't know where to go next. And this is the missing link for acne, just truly healing the gut. You cannot get rid of your acne without healing the gut and balancing your microbiome. It just is not going to happen because it's affects every single part of your body, right? Your gut is it. So we have to heal that. So I hope that what I have shared has been helpful. I know it's complicated, but I just wanted to get it out there. If you would like my help in, doing this protocol, check out my 7-week program for sure. The 7-week program is there to help. It was going to help about 80% of the people that join with their acne. The other 20% are going to need more one-on-one attention. And that is when I'm very, very happy to help you individually as your ND or as your health coach, because I can't actually be an ND if you're in the States. I can only be your health coach. But that's okay. I can still really help you. And, I also want to add that if you are interested in anti-aging, you cannot have a successful anti-aging program without healing your gut. Too many toxins are created, your liver is overloaded, and if your liver is overloaded, there's no way your skin can look fantastic. So everybody needs to do this if you have digestive issues. Skin and the gut are intimately connected. So this work is really important. All right, sorry if that was too much. I just had to get it out there. If you have questions, let me know. And I might do a more specific Facebook/Instagram live in the future where maybe I just don't cover everything so broadly and it's just a little simpler to understand. But that's all for now, and have a wonderful week. Bye.